What's going on, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? This is Leonard Miles, aka 2 Degrees in the CDL. Hopefully, everybody is doing well on this Monday morning. I know I'm doing great. I am in Scott City, Missouri right now, getting some cleaning products for my company. I got to take it up to Ellsworth, Iowa tomorrow. Then I'll be picking up a load from Ellsworth, Iowa, and bringing it back to Columbus, Georgia. So like I said, once again, Best Vet Solutions, the company that I work for, is based out of Ellsworth, Iowa, and is more so the agriculture industry, and to be more specific, poultry, so chickens and stuff like that. So we take a lot of corrosive materials to the hatcheries, for cleaning supplies, so they can, keep that stuff sterile, just keep the business flowing. So yeah, I do a lot of hauling, chicken feed, sometimes just getting it from a third-party manufacturer and taking it to a BVS location, either Ellsworth or Washington, Indiana, or all the other locations that we do have. So yeah, I do, the bulk of the transfers, from that third-party company to, the local warehouses. So yeah, so this is my first stop of the day. Like I said, of course, I'll be laying over tonight, and then after that, wake up first thing in the morning, and I head on to Ellsworth, and I'll stay in Ellsworth for the night. Then I'll make it back, to Columbus by Thursday. So the last video that you all saw, we were talking about, well, I was talking about more so how I almost, went over with Western, and then BVS, they stepped in. And I told you all how, it happened in March. It was on a Friday. I know that for a fact. It happened on a Friday. And y'all had to excuse the video bouncing up and down. I didn't want to record in my seat. The sun was all in my face, so I'm like, all right, let me come on back here in this cab. So if y'all see the truck bouncing, that's just because he's loading me up right now. So yeah, the work don't stop. It does not stop. But with BVS, I know it happened on a Friday. It happened on the Friday that I got that call from him. The previous transportation manager. No, it wasn't him. It was HR. HR called me, and the ball it was just rolling at that point. Because I remember applying for BVS. I applied for them twice. I don't think my application may have went through the first time, but I'm like, hey, let me apply again. And I applied, and just when I was getting ready to send my resume, I'm going to hold this tripod. Just when I was about to get ready to send my my little resignation in to probation and parole, that's when I got the call from BVS on that Friday. And I'm talking to them. We do a little mini phone interview. They're asking me questions as far as my driving experience, my work history. So I didn't have much driving experience outside of, getting my CDL. So, all I had was just my my law enforcement experience, and my mental health experience is as well. The hiring manager at the time, the transportation manager, he's prior law enforcement as well, so that kind of gave me a leg up. But also that position had also been vacant for some time. I know it's been vacant over a year. Matter of fact, I'm the first. They never had anybody in that position. They never had anybody in the OTR position. So of course for me, it's like, hey, I'll take it, man, absolutely. But of course, we had to go through the whole interview process. He sent me the email as far as the paperwork that I need to fill out with the full application. I do that the same day. I give him a call back. I'm like, hey, sir, I'm all done. And he asked me, could you go by any chance and, tour the warehouse today? I said, I absolutely can. So I did the phone interview that same day. I did the full application that same day. And then I went and toured the the warehouse in Columbus. So of course, I'm from Columbus, so I'm familiar with the location. So it took me about 10-15 minutes to get over there. So I'm talking to the old warehouse manager. Shout out to John. Talking to the warehouse manager at the time, and he's showing me around. Just letting me know what the company is all about. Letting me know like, hey, it's a small company, and the fact that there's only 7 locations, but they're definitely expanding, and they definitely plan on growing. And he's like, man, you would definitely enjoy working with the organization. And he basically told me, he said, man, the position is yours if you really choose it. So I'm just like, okay. I was really sold. I was sold immediately, and it's for the simple fact that it's also, what I really wanted to do as well, which is transporting hazmat. Now I don't always transport hazmat, just like what I'm taking right now is non-hazmat. Well then again, it's class 9, but class 9 don't have to be placard. But yeah, I am taking some material today that's we don't have the placard class 9, so that's a good thing. But hazmat was definitely the area that I wanted to get into. That's the reason why I got all my endorsements, to just separate myself from the pack. But John told me like, hey man, like the position is yours if you choose to. I said, absolutely, man, absolutely. I'm like, I said, just let me know what I need to do, moving forward. I said, the only thing I said, I had to definitely put a 2 weeks notice in with my job, and I had to let them know, of course, when I'll be leaving. He said, all right. He said, well, do what you got to do in your end, man. So, the old transportation manager at the time, that's when he sent me all the paperwork to get my fingerprints and my drug screens, which I had no problem, doing. I think I had to do the drug screening twice. But as far as the background check and everything, I wasn't nervous about either one of those, for the simple fact, working with the state of Georgia, in law enforcement, they run your background every year. So if anything pops up on there, you're going to get flagged and you're going to get fired. So I wasn't worried about anything, as far as criminal coming up on my background, period, or civil. Like I said, I don't have anything going on. I wasn't worried about the drug test either. That was, like I said, man, I never did drugs in my life, and not shame nobody who does. You do you, but yeah, I definitely wasn't worried about failing the drug test. So it took a while for everything to come back through. I put in my notice, I believe it was April 1st, which was a Friday, I believe. And in those 2 weeks, I still did my job with the state of Georgia. Saw everybody who I need to see on my caseload. I was still trying to pick up extra shifts, as many as I could, up there at Georgia World Congress Center. I'm like, hey, might as well continue to make this money while I can. And then when those 2 weeks came, I ended up starting at BVS. It wasn't April. I started in March. I apologize. I started in March. Let me make sure. April, May, June. Yeah, because I just came up on my 6 months last month. So yeah, I started in March, y'all. I apologize. So I got the interview in February, and then I started in March. I believe it was March the 20th that I started. It was either, I believe it was March the 20th. March the 20th was my start date. But like I said, I fulfilled everything that I needed to do with the state of Georgia. Like I said, turned in everything. Everything was set, and I was ready to roll. And I tell y'all, man, I tell you, that was the best feeling, you know, in the world. Because I'm like, man, the wait is over. The wait is really over. I don't have to, you know, keep looking for jobs. And, you know, I just knew that when I got that phone call from BVS on that Friday when I was about to make the decision, I just knew that this was it. I knew that he had it, that he had something planned for me all along. And it really taught me patience, you all. Like, and I think that's the biggest thing that I would tell you all as well. Like, be patient, you know, and trust him. Just trust and believe in him. Like I say, you know, I definitely trust and believe in him, and he definitely came through for me. There's so many parts of this of the training process that we're gonna talk about as well. As far as, you know, once I got on with BVS and, you know, what that was all about, as far as like those first few weeks, were mainly the first month, what that was about, as far as, you know, training with one of my coworkers named Roderick Holland. Shout out to Roderick. I don't know if he gonna approve me name dropping, but hey man, he's definitely a great friend, number one, and you know, he definitely trained me in this position. He does the local driving, but we'll definitely talk about, you know, how all that went in the second episode. But well, it's gonna be maybe 2 or 3 parts, maybe even more, but we'll see. But yeah, I definitely, you know, we'll keep y'all up to date on everything. Like I said, he's finishing loading me up right now. I probably got about another 10-15 minutes, so I'm going to just get myself prepared to just chill for the rest of this evening. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. As always, I appreciate it. I'm gonna do my best in recording more content on a continuous basis, whether that's shorts or even the videos on demand. Just make sure y'all share as well. If you're a new driver, let me know how your trucking journey is going. If you're an older driver, salute, and just shout out your company. Peace and blessings, y'all.